Hey there, want to spend less time pulling weeds? Check out Soil Shield by Modern Grower. It's the pre-cut landscape fabric solution to help you drastically reduce weed pressure. Just roll it out, staple it down, and plant. Then let it do the work for you. Say goodbye to endless weeding and hello to more free time. Plus, it's high quality, durable, and will last for years, saving you time and money in the long run. It's available in a variety of row and hole spacings to accommodate all the crops that vegetable farmers grow. Learn more about Soil Shield landscape fabric at shop.moderngrower.co or using the link below. What about just from field conditions, growing that many root crops? Are there any challenges of just managing that in the field that you face, growing that much of root crop?
I think the challenges that we've had some success avoiding and are still tweaking with methods for others with the root crops are ones that are pretty commonplace. So one being pretty common, just germination of, in particular, carrots has been something I know a lot of folks struggle with. Beets can be a challenge too. This year we planted a whole field of parsnips and got such bad germination we had to flip the field and replant it again. With that challenge, we've learned the best method that has worked for us is to overseed a bit, just seed heavier than is necessarily prescribed. And what we find is we are always able to thin the root crops out and get an awesome stand of it. And it's better to do that than to get a stand that you have to convince yourself is worth keeping. It's worked out in years past that when the latter is done, that even when you factor in the labor hours of thinning the heavily seeded crop, it is worth it to overseed and thin rather than go with a stand that you only feel okay. Other challenges, there's not a ton of challenges, and that's part of the benefit of it. There's very few root crop pests. We have army worms are somewhat common around here, but they're easy to manage with BT. This year, we had some insight for potential challenges that we just need to be more aware of. The whole region was flooded really heavily in mid-August, and we were lucky to not receive any surface water flooding, but we did get really heavy rains that washed away parts of field and saturated some of our fields pretty heavily. And I think the main lesson we've learned there is root crops prefer it to be much more on the dry side than the wet side. We had quality issues with our carrots rotting in the field for no other reason than the timing of that intensive saturation with that warm time of year was the perfect breeding ground for a host of fungal pathogens that we haven't dealt with in the past. So being aware of those challenges and incorporating adequate crop rotation to account for those. If we know that we have fields that are more prone to get super wet and hold water than others, maybe that's somewhere we're not going to think about planting carrots in the future, for example.
If you enjoy farm podcasts, then tune into Carrot Cash Flow for all things farm business. Join us as we explore the latest trends, tips, and stories from market farmers running businesses just like yours. Whether you're a seasoned farmer or just starting out, our podcast has something for everyone. Listen in and grow with us. Available on all major podcast platforms. Don't miss out. Subscribe to Carrot Cash Flow today.